Here's your wrestling news for February 11th, 2021. And your headlines for today include: Jon Moxley takes a subtle shot at CM Punk for stealing popular finisher. John Cena responds to Corey Graves questioning his WrestleMania status. John Cena responds to The Undertaker's comments about today's wrestlers being soft. Popular stars added a new 2K Battlegrounds update. Christian says his WWE return meant more to Edge than it did to him. Locker room unhappy with WWE's plans for Bad Bunny and another rapper. Alexa Bliss's obsessed fan takes aim at Sonya Deville with disgusting message. How is Twitter handling Alexa Bliss's situation? Christian opens up about the WWE Royal Rumble match and the moment he shared with Edge. Nia Jax wants Raw Superstar to go back to training, and more. We're kicking off today with All Elite Wrestling, and whilst Jon Moxley has been recently involved in a war with New Japan's Kenta, that hasn't stopped him from praising his opponent. In the lead-up to their highly anticipated February 26th match, Moxley spoke to Kevin Kelly on New Japan Strong, and the IWGP United States Champion put over Kenta's work rate, saying, "If you're around my age, let's face it, everybody stole from Kenta." Though this may seem like a harmless line between rivals, some fans saw it as a dig at CM Punk, who was accused for years of stealing Kenta's go-to-sleep finisher and using it as his own. Other fans thought Moxley's comments were a dig at Daniel Bryan, who uses a running knee that Kenta did first. Ultimately, the only person who knows what Moxley really meant is Moxley himself, and we wouldn't be surprised if the former AEW World Champion was taking aim at two of WWE's greats. Back to WWE, and whilst Andrade may be a former NXT and United States Champion, the future doesn't look bright for El Idolo. The last time fans saw him was on the October 12th Raw, where he lost to Angel Garza in under 3 minutes, and he wasn't drafted to either brand in last year's Superstar Shakeup. It now turns out that not only did WWE not have Andrade in the 30-man Rumble match, but he wasn't even on a list of possible replacements, a list that included Murphy and Cedric Alexander. It's one thing for Andrade to not make the 30-man match, but the fact that he wasn't even on the backup list is a very bad sign for the former US champion. Andrade has a ton of ability and has improved greatly with his English-speaking skills, and we'll have to see if 2021 sees Andrade return to TV or end up future endeavored. WrestleMania next, and Corey Graves recently said how he doesn't believe for a second that John Cena won't be at the show this April, despite Cena saying it's mathematically impossible for him to be there. On his After the Bell podcast, Graves said how Cena is trying to bluff fans, saying that it wasn't too long ago that Edge said he'd never wrestle again, but the 16-time WWE World Champion isn't backing down. Speaking to Alfred Kanua of Forbes, Cena doubled down on his previous comments, saying, "It's out of my hands. Every other year except for this year has been completely within my realm. If these were normal times, I would 100% be there. I'd find a way to contribute somehow." Cena added that if he did appear at WrestleMania, it would mean he'd have to quarantine for 2 weeks upon returning to Canada, where they're shooting Peacemaker, which would cost a ton of money and be very selfish of him. Cena also addressed The Undertaker's recent complaints about the modern-day WWE, as the dead man said that the current roster is soft and criticized superstars for playing video games backstage. Though many have agreed with the dead man, Cena isn't one of them, saying, "I could look at the economics of it and make an argument that between myself and the large amount of folks that carried on the roster beyond the Attitude Era into the Ruthless Aggression Era and the Reality Era, the fans of the Attitude Era certainly looked at our product as not what they're used to, and it wasn't. So I may have a bit of disagreement with Undertaker's word choice because I don't think it's soft, I think it's different." From rapping on the WrestleMania 19 pre-show to facing Bray Wyatt at Mania 36, Cena has been a staple of WWE and WrestleMania for nearly 2 decades, but given this interview, it looks like fans really won't be able to see him at WrestleMania 37. One place fans can still see the 16-time WWE World Champion is in 2K Battlegrounds, which got a huge update this week. It's been confirmed that for the next 7 Wednesdays, new names will be released in the game, with a total 24 playable characters released. Last night's update saw Gran Metalik and Mojo Rawley become playable characters, with players also getting the opportunity to unlock Mr. McMahon, complete in navy blue suit. A new WrestleMania 37 arena and an Austin 316 anniversary arena will also be part of the mega update to Battlegrounds, as players will be getting a lot of new content over the next 2 months. More return news next, as Christian marked his in-ring return at the 2021 Royal Rumble, and now he's medically cleared again. While the fact that he can wrestle again is great news for Christian, it's even better news for Edge, according to Captain Charisma himself. Speaking to The Bump about their moment in the Rumble match, Christian said how his return means more to Edge than it means to himself. He said, "I think this meant more to him than it did to me. He's always had my back and always wanted the best for my career. He's one of the few who knew the grind, the hours, the time I was putting in to get back to this point. I think it meant just as much, if not more, to him in a weird way." Christian hasn't wrestled since the Men's Rumble match last month, but there have been teases of him feuding with Intercontinental Champion Big E, given that his last match in 2014 saw Christian become the #1 contender for that title. Whether this 7-year overdue title match happens or not remains to be seen, but we're sure that Edge will be cheering his best friend on and is over the moon to see Christian back. Now, with WrestleMania 37 just 2 months away, there's been plenty of talk about celebrity involvement, with Bad Bunny rumored to have a tag match at the 2-day event. Fellow rapper Bow Wow is also expected to join WWE in some capacity soon, as he's wrapping up an album. And whilst this is great for WWE's social profile, the same can't be said for the actual in-ring talent. According to a source close to the situation, talent aren't happy with what's going on, as they told Sportskeeda, "Talent is concerned that time and effort will go into the rap stars, which leaves less effort being given to the actual wrestling product. It hasn't been confirmed, but both of them are scheduled for Raw and SmackDown appearances." The source added that Bianca Belair's name has been floated around for a potential arc with a rapper, which we feel would only hurt her career. Belair's emotional Rumble win has been a highlight of 2021 already, and if WWE does want to pull the trigger on rumored plans for her to be his top star for the next decade, the last thing they need to do is her first title win being overshadowed by someone else. We've got an update on the fan who's been harassing Alexa Bliss, who believes that he's married to the Monday Night Raw superstar. In the past, the account LittleAlbert666 has threatened the life of Bliss's actual fiancé, Ryan Cabrera, and has claimed that he's been to the outside of Bliss's home without her consent. Now Albert is targeting Sonya Deville, as, in a disturbing tweet, he said that the SmackDown star, quote, "escaped from the guy who just wanted to love you." This is in reference to the kidnapping attempt that Deville narrowly escaped last year, and Albert said that maybe he can fix Deville, referring to her being the first openly lesbian WWE superstar. It was only after this tweet that Twitter finally did the bare minimum, restricting the account for 12 hours. Albert's account has now been unrestricted, and in his first tweet back, he said he'll need to be more subtle with his tweets. Reiterating that Bliss is his wife, Albert said he's not going anywhere, and in a subsequent tweet targeted NXT's Scarlett, inviting her to join him and Bliss to create, quote, "a real smoke show." We can only hope that the proper authorities get involved, especially with multiple WWE superstars being targeted, as Twitter's punishment wasn't enough for him to learn his lesson. Raw news, and after Nia Jax lost to Lana during their tables match on this week's Raw, the women's tag team champion has made quite the demand from her rival. Of course, this match went viral after Jax's comment about her hole, when Lana dodged a leg drop, causing Jax to land hard on the edge of the ring. After Lana joked on Twitter about her rival being in a whole lot of pain, Jax fired back, claiming Lana is dangerous, that she could have been really hurt, and that the ravishing Russian needs to go back to training. These are all critiques fans have made at Nia in the past, though in the comments, some fans clearly didn't get the joke. We'll have to see if WWE carries on with the Lana-Jax feud, as they seem insistent on continuing feuds which really should have ended by now, but hopefully any potential storyline won't revolve around Jax and her hole. And we're ending with more Christian news, as his return at the 2021 Royal Rumble was a huge surprise to everyone, including Captain Charisma himself. In that same interview, the former world champion explained he was given little notice of his monumental return, saying, "I found out at 7:30 on Friday night. In hindsight, I was like, man, I would have liked to have a little more time, being able to get in the ring and things like that. I was nervous when I got the call." Though he may not have felt ready, Christian delivered in the Rumble match, eliminating Bobby Lashley and lasting over 18 minutes, And we're excited to see what he does next now that he classes himself as a part-time superstar. Well guys, that's our news for today. Please share your comments below. Also hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to receive all notifications. And as always, thanks for watching.